the Chicago Bulls have indeed made the climb to the top and the hottest ticket in town in this season at Madison Square Garden, here to see a bitter rivalry continue as the defending world champion Chicago.
But after a 20-minute workout in front of Team Dr. Norman Scott, they pronounced him ready to go. Now, as far
going to have numbers as the game wears on.
This is not the kind of offense, though, that the Knicks want to run against the Bulls, although Allen Houston hits the open jump and guarded by Michael Jordan on a 1-4 setup right now, and Houston going to the basket and scores. Allen Houston off to a big start, has 6 of the first 8 Knick points.
Well, I like what he's doing. He's answering the challenge. You can see that Jeff Van Gundy is going to him, and they're telling him, look, you've got to step up big. This is a big one for him.
Dennis Rodman at the free throw line misses the jumper, and the Knicks looking to take the lead again. Larry Johnson in the lane with a fall away. The Knicks have not been a good shooting team, but they're coming out strong in this one. Johnson has 4, so between Houston and Johnson, they've accounted for all 10 Knick points.
Well, there's major energy in this building tonight. Everyone is here to see the Chicago Bulls, Michael Jordan, and then the ball club is hampered a little bit with injuries. The Knicks, oh my.
3-point basket by Burrell. Scott Burrell, not known for the three-point shot at 24%, but he's taken 30 of them this year. Oakley with a no-look pass gets it back from Charlie Ward, and Oakley hits from the corner, but a fine assist by Charlie Ward.
Yeah, see, that shot's key to get Oakley going, Dick. He's only shooting 41%. We're talking about a guy throughout his career, 48 to 50 every year, hits that jump shot automatic. This year, struggling.
Michael Jordan, he's not struggling from the field. He has 8 points on 3 for 4 shooting from the field, and the Bulls lead by 1. But you're right about Charles Oakley, and the one thing with Ewing out that Jeff Van Gundy wants from him are double-doubles. He wants double figures in scoring and rebounding. Good fake by Houston. Dudley wasn't ready for that pass, but scores anyway.
It might be in the cards. Come on. I mean, we're seeing some tough shooting now. You say, well, that's an easy shot. Now, that's a hard shot for any shooter. Halfway. We call that the midpoint area. Plus, he was a little bit behind the board.
Longley with a left-handed hook shot, and Oakley trying to save it, and he cannot. And it will be Chicago ball.
Interesting point, Dick. No offensive rebounds up to now for the Chicago Bulls. Now keep it
in the NBA in shooting, but both teams are hot from the field. Michael Jordan has 8. Scott Burrell has 5 for the Bulls. Allen Houston with 6 and Larry Johnson with 4. Longley working against Dudley. And there is Longley's hook shot, and you're right, he can be a dangerous offensive force for this team.
They've gone to him this year, Dick, and you like it because he's rewarding them. He's averaging 12 a game, and he's also on the boards. He's a tough defensive center in there because he'll bang you around.
And Ron Harper got to Charlie Ward, who missed the 3, and the Bulls, who lead by 1, and a turnover will give the ball back to the Knicks. So that is the 3rd turnover, and they've all been sloppy on the part of Phil Jackson.
Well, the reason why Longley's upset with himself is because he tried to thread a needle. You don't like to see that with guys when that's not part of their game. The Bulls are not a fast-breaking team. What they are, they lope in transition. They don't really blow it out.
Allen Houston off a screen, off the front rim, and Charles Oakley gets the offensive rebound, picked up the loose ball off of Longley, and a scoop shot by Charlie Ward. Charlie Ward, who comes into the game for the Knicks, averaging 7 points a game, but that's deceptive.
Oh, he's shooting 52%, and he's also shooting 45 in threes. So from an offensive standpoint, when he came in this league, that was the questionable part of his game. That is not so. He is answering the bell offensively and do a good job.
That remains to be seen, and that's what they figured Dudley could do. But Buck Williams is in there now. The free throws are good, and it's 18-16. The Bulls lead. Longley with the three-point play. Allen Houston now with 8 points, and he is delivering on his promise of he's got to be a main guy here.
Dick, on that catch, he made a great head fake, and Michael Jordan bit, and he made his move.
Longley out at the perimeter. Jordan with a fake on Houston. Good defense by Charles Oakley, who came in from the weak side and save the day for the Knicks.
Now, the first 8.5 minutes, the Knicks front line definitely doing a banner job on the defensive glass.
And the pass inside to Oakley, and it drops. Charles Oakley with his second basket, and I can't find a player on the floor who is not playing with a little extra zest tonight.
Oh, yeah, everybody's rejuvenated. The crowd is intense. Everybody's up. You made the statement earlier, Dick. It's exactly like a playoff game.
And the points in the paint illustrate your point about the front line of the Knicks. Steve Kerr, who is open, misses the shot. So Steve Kerr trying to get on track.
Oh, great
pass. Charlie Ward to Larry Johnson. And Ward has been a star passer in the first quarter tonight.
What a beautiful thread the needle. That's so difficult because all the defenders are running back in the middle of the floor.
Right down the middle was that pass by Ward. Under 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. The Knicks lead by 4. Kerr double team for the moment.
Knicks doing a great job on the split series.
Longley rims the basket, and the Knicks looking very sharp in this first quarter. Looking to...
Well, Chicago, a very bad foul shooting team. 71%, and they are 21st in the league.
And the cheers are for John Starks, who is at the scorer's table getting ready to come in. Allen Houston, who was hot early, misses this one. And here are the cheers for John Starks coming into the game.
Well, when we asked Jeff Van Gundy, will Starks play tonight, he said no. He has to pass the physical tonight by Dr. Scott and then also Mike Saunders. And then he says, but he hates the Bulls so much. He'll probably come in here tonight.
And he was right.
And he'll play. And he's absolutely right.
Does Jeff Van Gundy know Starks or what? Those
That's
two
right.
of the...
A great defensive job. They're taking him right out of the triangle offense and making them solo. Now, just keep an eye right here. Now, this is a strong move right to the rim. Well, anytime that you know guys can't shot block, well, of course you challenge. Take them to the rim. If they do, they're going to foul you.
Here's John Starks, who leaves it inside for Mills. And Mills gets the basket and the foul, showing great quickness under the basket. Chris Mills with 6 points and a chance for another.
They've been waiting for this guy to do this for 34 games. And that is make the catch. If the jump shot isn't there, take it strong. Now, here it is here. There's your catch. Take it strong. Come up on this side because Rodman committed to blocking the shot on the opposite side of the rim. And once again, when a guy...
5. John Starks with a quick feed into Buck Williams. And in the first half, the score was 22-20 after 1. And Charles Oakley now with 6 points. So the Knicks getting some mileage from Houston, Johnson, and Oakley, not to mention Mills off the bench. 5-point New York lead. The Knicks were up by as many as 9 here in the second quarter. Harper working his way in baseline. Help from Dudley, and he did a good job. And here come the Knicks. Houston guarded by Michael Jordan. Jordan scored 8 points early and has had nothing since.
Stay with your movement. Your movement's been good.
Childs with the jumper. Chris Childs with 4 points here in the second quarter, and the Knicks again up by 7.
Once the Knicks run in transition and they do not have anything, 2-on-1, 3-on-2, 4-on-3, they come right into a screen and roll from either wing, and that's where they're catching about a guy that only plays about 10 minutes, but they are productive minutes.
He had 9, a season's high against the Celtics 2 games ago, so he can be a valuable guy. Judd Bushler, Allen Houston from the corner, and Houston is in double figures with 10 points.
Tell you what, they caught Michael Jordan cheating by going up over the top of the screen. We call that double spacing, and Allen Houston opened up on the baseline.
Knicks lead is 7. Bulls' last lead was 18-16, and the Knicks still playing solid at both ends of the floor. Longley working in, and it's getting a piece of it is Dudley, risking a 4th personal. Childs looking for an opening, finds Allen Houston for 3, and he's got it from the 3-point territory. Allen Houston driving the baseline and puts it in. Beautiful finger roll by Allen Houston.
He's blessed with such incredible athletic talent. But you've got to stop settling for that 8 to 12-foot jumper. Take it all away, because if you get fouled, you're an 82% foul shooter.
So he has been more aggressive. It's apparent tonight. And Allen Houston, 6 for 10 from the field. Lead is 1. They've had by 2 after 1 quarter, 4 at the half, and their lead has been cut to 1. And Jordan is 6 of 14 from the field. Here is 2 seconds to go. Oakley fires it up and hits. Charles Oakley now in double figures with 10, the second Knick to get to that point. 48-45 in favor of New York. Longley leaving it for Jordan. Jordan from the baseline hits.
Wow.
19 for Michael Jordan with a defender in his face.
The reason that it was a wow was the defender, and also he was behind the backboard at a bad angle, and he had to shoot around the side of the board.
And the Knicks turn it over. Jordan coming back. And look how fast the Chicago Bulls can inside the arc. And Dudley the rebound. Bulls lead by 1, 49-48. Oakley going strong to the basket, lays it in. Charles Oakley coming up big tonight. Has 12 points on 5 for 6 shooting. Knicks regaining the lead. Burrell looking inside, and they're going to call the Bulls with the offensive foul. Ron Harper, his first.
Yeah, they didn't like the way that he was posting up on Charlie Ward. Charlie Ward was defending him from the rear, but Harper kept moving him out. Just watch it here. See, Charlie's trying to get over the top, and they're saying that Harper moved him out. Now, for all the contact that we've had tonight, that was a minor foul to be called.
Nearly 4 minutes have elapsed here in this third quarter. Dick Stockton, Hubie Brown, Brian Burwell, as the Chicago Bulls trying to improve on a 6-10 road record. Here's Jordan. He's got Charlie Ward back. And a great play as Burrell.
Now, and take advantage of second unit, and the Knicks still have some starters out there.
Starks for 3, and that's his first basket of the ball game. John Starks gives the Knicks a 2-point lead.
Now, if I'm Michael Jordan, I'm hot because they don't think I'm going to win the jump.
Giles will get the edge.
Look at this. Can you believe it?
As a matter of fact.
Look at this. It goes the other way.
Goes 3-point basket.
Holy man.
At the buzzer by John Starks.
Can you believe that?
Giles who won the tip over Michael Jordan after all.
Well, I tell you what happens on this jump. You see, on the jump, Michael got bumped out, and this just opened up that ball to be won by Giles. I mean, now that's a total upset.
And Allen Houston, defended by Jordan. Question for the Knicks, where are they going to get their points from? Starks driving, and it would have counted had it gone. You look at Thomas, Jordan in and out, and the rebound by Oakley. Gets it up ahead to Houston. No-look pass inside the Mills.
Oh, yes, even that. Hey, you got to give him a hand on that.
That was a great...
Now, here's Oakley. Now, just watch Oakley throw this pass as he's going backwards.
Read the
and he
needle.
Pinpoints, right? And Houston picking out Mills. Beautiful execution by 2 great passers looking up the floor.
Rapid-fire offense by the Knicks.
Now, this is the guy that's got to answer Jordan.
Against Rodman. Larry Johnson with an air ball, but it's kept alive by Chris Mills, and he lays it in. Mills gets the roll, and the Knicks lead by 3.
And Larry Johnson has got to step up here, Dick. You can't be throwing that fadeaway stuff. You're in a barn burner with a great team, and you have got to establish low post strength.
Here's Randy Brown on the guard around. Offensive foul called against Randy Brown.
Our man Oakley. Is he doing it tonight?
Yes, he is.
Come on, he took that charge. That's the Oakley we love. Because you're shooting the... No, you want to get
Here
fouls on them.
Childs, Houston open.
Nice.
And Allen Houston, 17 points, and the Knicks have opened up a 5-point lead. Timeout, Bulls. Hose, he never really left the floor.
When a player comes in with a back injury or a leg injury, you've got to give the guy that he's guarding a chance to take him one-on-one and exploit that.
And that's what they're doing as Houston gets it to Larry Johnson.
There you go.
And Larry Johnson in double figures. The Knicks have 5 in double figures tonight.
Now, the reason why we say that is as soon as he blew by Harper, Longley had to go help, and that opens up his man.
Longley finds Jordan.
Might have been the easiest shot of the night. Look out. Look out.
Rodman.
Look out.
Rodman gets pushed by Larry Johnson.
Larry Johnson, they're going to call a T on that. Well, let's see what caused it.
We're going to have another technical.
Our guys in the truck said they have it.
Well,
they've got it.
I'll go with them.
Hey, I'm just going to hold them and smack them.
And Chris Mills with the short jumper misses. Steve Kerr made the technical. It's an 81-77 Knick lead. 5.5 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Michael Jordan goes up with it. Basket good and a foul. Yeah. Larry Johnson spinning his way in. The basket counts.
Nice.
And if it's on Rodman, he's gone.
That's right. Now, right now, Oakley does not need a technical.
Rodman is fouled out.
Right. Now, Rodman knows that he fouled out. He definitely fouled him. And what happens is Oakley pops him in the back. He pops Rodman in the back. See, right now, you don't need a technical.
Jordan wants to get Rodman away.
Yeah.
But Rodman, his history is that he won't fight.
No, he just talks and he aggravates you and he says a lot of things to you. And what you have to do is you got to step back. But because of the heat of the battle and because of all of the blows that have been delivered between these two guys all night tonight, sometimes you just can't handle it, okay? So you go after it.
2 points, only 7 rebounds in 39 minutes. So with all of the entanglements that he was involved today, you've got to credit the New York Knicks for nullifying Dennis Rodman off the boards tonight.
Now just watch as Larry comes back. See, that's the drop step. Come back strong. And that's what we said. He's not been doing that tonight. He's been fading away. And when you do that, you put the defender at such a disadvantage.
The Knicks lead now. Rebounds tonight by Oakley.
Oak has been great. Oak is the guy that stabilized the defensive rebounding and took Rodman right out of this game.
Allen Houston, and he came up big early in the game. Houston shot. Allen Houston now with 19 points, leads 5 double-figure scores for the Knicks, who are up by 4 with under 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. The Knicks trying to even the season series with the Bulls at 1-1 and try to win 2 in a row for the first time since they lost their center Patrick Ewing for the season. Ron Harper driving the lane, scoops it up, and it goes. And again, it's a 2-point game.
Yeah, well, that was a very soft defensive play that time by Mills on Harper. Harper didn't even want to go to the basket because it took Mills so long to come through that screen, he decided to step up and go for the finger roll.
Under 3.5 to play, a 2-point Knick lead. Every possession will be meaningful the rest of the way. Here's Allen Houston. And let's see if Oakley backing in. They'll call the foul against Chicago over the back. And it'll be on Luke Longley, his 3rd personal foul.
See, Allen Houston has got to look at this, Dick, and say, anytime that I take Harper off the dribble and I go to the basket, I'm scoring. So why should I settle for a long jump shot, especially with 16, 18 seconds on the clock? And he's done that 2 out of the last 3 times down the floor.
Bulls with 3 team fouls, and the Knicks have 4. 2-point lead. Oakley setting a screen for Houston, loses it out of bounds, and turns the call. 1:45 remaining in the fourth quarter. Kerr fights through the screen, starts, nowhere to go with it. Now Houston against Longley. Tough to challenge big Luke Longley if you're Allen Houston.
Yeah, right now, a good solid defense by Chicago. Send the dribbler coming off the screen to the baseline. Send them there and then make them shoot over the top of Longley.
10 seconds on the shot clock. Michael Jordan misses the shot. He was open.
Give it.
And now Childs giving it to Starks. Starks lays it in. And the Knicks lead by 1.
Stop holding it. What are you holding it for? Get the ball up. Get the ball up ahead.
And I believe he did.
Yes, he did. But 2 dribbles too late.
All of Starks' 12 have come this half. As we get close to a minute to go, 13 on the shot clock. The Knicks lead by 1. Michael Jordan gets the foul on the basket. And he is totally undaunted. 43 for Michael Jordan. Dennis Rodman had fouled out earlier, and the Bulls rebound by Scott Burrell.
Main thing is right now you do not want to foul, Dick, because you've got a 7-second differential on the clock.
Longley leaves it for Jordan, who has 44 tonight.
You got to get a stop.
Double team on Jordan. They find Longley. 5 on the shot clock. Here is Burrell, blocked by Allen Houston. And the Knicks have under 8 seconds to go. Here comes Chris Childs. The Bulls lead by 1. Childs for 3, off the mark. And the Bulls are going to win the game. The Bulls win it in dramatic fashion, 90-89, as the Knicks did seemingly everything right tonight, but could not finish the task.
Well, the reason why you're going to get second-guessed there is because when you caught that rebound, you could have called a timeout, adjusted yourself, moved the ball to half court because you had one timeout left. And then you could have set up a play. Instead, by running, you're taking advantage of transition and possibly bad defense.
Let's go to Brian Burwell, who's with Michael Jordan.
A very exhausted Michael Jordan. You didn't in your wildest dreams expect it was going to be this hard coming in here tonight, did you?
Yeah, we did. This team is a feisty team. They're playing at home. We just had to do the necessary thing. We're playing without Tony, so we're losing some scoring right there. So, it was a good battle. Our defense held up. We forced him to take tough shots.
Thrown out of it. Chuck says, I'm going to get back in the game. Pardon me, Steve. I've got to go try and draw a foul. Christian Laettner bangs into him. Patrick says, I'm glad he's the one banging bodies down there, and I'm not. I'm getting a break. Smith was red hot, though. Drains at three-pointer. Talk about passion. You saw it battling with Oakley, and he nailed a shot. 17 in the third quarter alone. Hawks up by 12, and then Eldridge for Kastner filling in for Mookie. Drives the lane, spins, and nails it. A season-high 21 for him. Atlanta still in control. But wait a minute. Here's Johnny. Johnny starts from outside. John again. It's Johnny three-ball from over on the side. And then one more. He was 6 of 8 from beyond the arc, 34 points. And the Knicks led it by 2. They turned it around. But the Hawks had an answer. Christian Laettner will drive baseline. Bang and Oakley gets it to go off the glass, capping an 8-1 run. New York needed a miracle. Johnny Starks at the line, nailed the first 2 free throws, missed the third. So New York was within 3. Allen Houston nails the 3 to tie the game at 89. Final ticks, though. Watch Smith go to work again. Between 2 defenders, the little leaning shot with 2.6 seconds left. He nails it. And that was it. Muscle time, 91 to 80 times. Smith scoring 25 of his 35 in the second half. Atlanta winning its 4th in a row after dropping 7 straight. What makes this win even more remarkable is the fact that Dikembe Mutombo had no points, no rebounds, and 5 fouls. Fred?
Playoff action.
Keith Van Horn for 3. Sam Cassell for 3. 20-0 run by the Nets. They led 55-42 at halftime. Third quarter. Knicks down 11. John Starks. Loose ball. Crossover. Away. Chris Childs. Charlie Ward. The Knicks trying to cut it to 2 and do so. Scary moment for the Nets in the 4th. Van Horn holding his ankle in obvious pain, landed awkwardly on it following a shot attempt. He would return to action, though. 12 seconds to go. Knicks down 3. Allen Houston forces the 3 and touches nothing but the bottom of the net. We're tied at 82, and we go into overtime. In overtime, Sam Cassell continuing his huge night. Nets ahead 87-84, but the Knicks looking to answer. They go to Houston. Houston, we have liftoff. Tied at 87. After a Cassell free throw put the Nets up by 1, Knicks have the ball. Childs, the spin, and gets the incredible hoop to go. Look at it again as Childs will spin and somehow get it to curl around Jason Williams. Knicks up 1. Nets one more chance. It's Sam Cassell. Cassell tied up. Cassell gets knocked down by Allen Houston. No foul is called. Cassell is down in pain. Knicks pick up the victory 89-88. Cassell did injure his shoulder attempting the shot. The Nets, however, have not released any information on the injury. The 2 a.m. Sports Center will try to bring you an update on it. It was a marvelous night for Cassell. Otherwise, a career-high 34. Larry Johnson continuing to pick up the pace with Ewing out of there. 24 points, 10 rebounds. Houston goes for 16 with most of his damage coming in the second half. Then on the night of December 20th, when Patrick Ewing suffered a season-ending broken wrist. The injury left New York with aspirations of just making the playoffs, while Seattle's remains the same. Win it all. Their paths cross Sunday night at the Garden. Patrick assuming the position. John Starks giveth. John Starks taketh away. Fourth quarter, Knicks down 3. Shot clock winding down. Starks the pull-up for 3. The touches nothing but the bottom of the net. Tied at 85. After a hoop by Vin Baker, it's Starks once again. An impossible 3. Knicks go up 1. Sonics come right back. Once again, the go-to guy, Vin Baker. Tough shot. Seattle goes up by 1. After 2 Larry Johnson free throws, it's Starks again. Good free throw shooter. Except these 2. Missed the first one. Spike Lee. She's got to have it. Very underrated move. Starks, second one. Starks. It's not possible, but he's beside himself. Last chance for Seattle. Down 1. 2 seconds to go. Dale Ellis Got a good look, not a great look, and it won't go. George Karl, stunned. Ewing, you feel a little brighter. No high fives, please. 92-91, the final Sonics 8-game winning streak is over. Peyton struggled most of the night, scoring just 7 points, 3 of 12 from the floor. LJ finishes with 28 times this season. He's reached that mark. Last season, he scored 20 or more 7 times to downtown DC.
And reckless. The Knicks are 4-0 lifetime in Toronto. Speaking of reckless, Charlie Ward was on a football field, hasn't really established himself in the NBA. David Stoudemire has, averaging 19 a game. Second quarter, Ward hits 44% from behind the line. Drano. He lost Stoudemire at the top of the key. He hit all 4 of his threes in the first half. Stoudemire gambling. Ward blows by John Wallace for the layup. A career-high 18. He had only 3 turnovers beginning of the fourth. Raptors are down 6. Play reckless, will you please? Doug Christie in the corner, 18 points in 41 minutes. Later in the fourth, the Knicks are up 8. Starks, spin cycle, throws a bounce pass to LJ. As Gary said, with Buck Williams tossed and no Patrick Ewing. They went inside with LJ and outside with Ward. Allen Houston also adds 23. Ward said, hey, if you give enough, eventually you're going to receive. I've been giving all season, and finally it came back to me. Despite the height disadvantage, Knicks out-rebound Toronto 44-35. The Clippers are
to Madison Square Garden, where they have not won a game in 5 years, against a Knicks team that's taken them 20 consecutive times. Back on the visiting bench, Rick Pitino. Knicks all over the Celtics early in this game. Charlie Ward coming off his great game against the Raptors. Larry Johnson, 17-point lead. Listen carefully. You may never again hear a human being say, John Starks stripped of the ball by Andrew DeClercq. But it happened today. Knicks not helping themselves. Larry Johnson to the hole, but not through the hole. Don't you hate when that happens? Seconds till halftime. Celtics closing the gap. They work it around the perimeter. Billups, Antoine Walker, Ron Mercer put it down. 17-point Knick lead is down to 4 at the break, and the Celtics pick up where they left off in the third quarter. Billups had 5 threes today. Jeff Van Gundy, no birthday smile. The game's tied at 50. Now the Knicks in the fourth quarter. They double down low on Johnson over the Chris Mills weak side. Knicks up by 5, and they're running. Chris Childs give and go with Mills, and the Knicks pulling away when it matters for a 98-82 victory as they beat the Celtics for the 21st consecutive time. Happy birthday, Coach. The Knicks win consecutive games for the first time in a month and 3 days. Allen Houston, Chris Mills, each with 23. And the Knicks playing on King Day matinees are 12-1. The Celtics have lost 7 of 8 overall this year.
Being tied to it for good luck, although you need better eyes than mine to see it. And good luck paid off. Jackson cranks from past half court and in. And then the dance. Pacers trailing those 3 at the half. Third quarter, Knicks up 5. Larry Johnson, the up fake, and then the reverse. It's good. He had 14 plus 11 boards. Knicks up 62-55. Third quarter, Allen Houston. He'll crank, he'll miss, he'll follow his shot. Nobody boxed. He drives. Got slammed. It counted. Knicks up by 7. And Coach Bird just pleased with that. More Knicks. Shot clock winding down. Reggie Miller trying to cover John Starks. The one-on-one. Starks will fire. He'll hit the 3. He had 17. The Knicks
of Indiana trying to keep the Pacers close. That was a great look by Mark Jackson inside. It's a 4-point game. The Knicks bench, they were huge on the night, outscoring Indiana 47-21. Starks looked like he didn't know what to do with that thing, but then did dish it off, and Chris Mills scored. Buck Williams gets in on the act, and Starks shoots this one himself and finds the twine. He had 17. Larry Bird's guys outgunned at Madison Square Garden 97-89. A huge bench advantage for New York over Indiana. Miller had 21, scoreless in the fourth. Jackson had 17 for Indiana, and Chris Mills 14 for the New York Knicks.
3 of them. Under 3 minutes left. Houston knocks in 2 more. Allen Houston, 4 points in a row. He has 25, and all of a sudden the Heat lead is down to 4.
This is some basketball game, I'll tell you. Great intensity by both teams.
Hardaway. Leonard. 10 to shoot. Thunder Dan faking the 3. Now Timmy better hurry. Down the lane. Over Dudley, but short. And Dudley with his 10th rebound tonight. And the Knicks have it, trailing by 4. Ward for 3. Oh! How about Charlie Ward? He was club's leading scorers for both. And Jack, what we anticipated, a furious finish. 1-point game with 2:15 left, and the Heat leading the Atlantic over the Knicks by 2 games.
The Knicks doubling their efforts on Tim Hardaway. Alonzo Mourning unable.
Short on the hook, and Dudley down with his 11th rebound. Mourning has 19 points, only 2 here in the fourth quarter. Now the Knicks can take the lead with under 2 minutes left on this possession. They trail it by only 1, and they've scored 7 straight points. Houston pitching out to Dudley. Shot clock at 4. Starks out of desperation. John Starks, his first field goal on his 7th try. And the Knicks, with 9 unanswered points, have taken a 1-point lead.
John Starks, like Hardaway, comes up with big hoops.
Big trip here for Miami. Nash against Oakley. Off the glass and out. And the rebound to Charlie Ward. And the Heat